If you think building a loyal fan base is about your product, service, or even the benefit your product offer, I submit to you that it's about what you say, how you say it, and how what you say about your product makes your visitors and audience feel. And that is what email campaign does to your visitors and audience. Let's dive into this video. Let me show you how to create effective email nurture campaign. Don't forget, this video is part of the series of my effective marketing funnel, where I show you how to build a marketing funnel that will help you 10x, not just 10x, but 100x your business in the shortest time possible. If this is your first video, click the link to check and watch other videos so that you can get a full picture of what we have been teaching from the beginning of this series till now. And if you are not a subscriber, consider doing that. Let's get into the video right away. In the last video, where we talk about how to build an effective email list, we spoke about the psychology of customer journey in decision making, where we mentioned how the first time somebody search about your product, they see your product through an organic search or a paid ad, and they start to engage with your product. That is the first phase, and we call that the discovery phase. Then the next phase is deliberation and research, where they are just thinking about what product to go for. Is your product the right solution for their problem, or they want to consider your competitors? At that point, they are thinking about what to do, which one is best for them, the features of your product, the benefit of it, and all that they are comparing. Then the final stage is what we call the time gap. This is the period between when they discover your product and when they finally make the purchase. The question is this: when they are going to make the purchase, who are they going to be buying from? Is it going to be you or your competitors? And that's exactly the purpose of a nurtured email campaign. A nurtured email campaign helps to close the gap, helps to make sure that you get the sale but not your competitors, helps to make sure that you are the one that is building your business via this nurture campaign as the time goes on. So, but the big question will now be, so how do I create an effective nurture campaign that will not only guide these visitors into buying from me, closing the loop that was open after the discovery and the research phase, but making me the number one and the only option and solution to their problem? Let me walk you through the 3 major steps when it comes to building an effective nurture campaign. In the first approach, when it comes to building a nurtured campaign, you can confirm that you have received series of emails from somebody that you subscribed in the past. Now, what happened is that some of these emails come to you as a guided form of educational emails, where they get to guide you on how to patronize them, or they tell you about their product through series of emails that are already pre-scheduled. You just start receiving this email. This particular approach is called the guided journey approach, where you already pre-schedule your emails. As soon as any of these visitors hop into your email list, they begin to receive guided series of emails to teach them or to educate them and to inform them about the benefit of what your product is about, and to give them quality value for being part of your email list. Over time, it leads to engagement. From engagement, it leads to interest. From interest, they get to buy from you. This approach is considered one of the most common approach by top businesses in the world. The second approach is a little bit different from the first one, and the second approach is consistent newsletter approach. When it comes to this approach, you receive, let's say, weekly newsletter about updates, about products, about the services. This is not to guide you through a particular process or educate you via series of emails. This is just to remind you of product or also tell you about the product, but it's not like the first approach that involves guided structures, that involve guiding you through the email series. This particular approach involves sending regular, predictable email updates to subscribers. So an example of this would be a tech company that sends you weekly newsletters about updates in the tech world and all that, or even a news agency that sends you email newsletters about what's going on in the world every single week. Those are predictable updates that comes in such manner. So that is category number 2. The third approach is the sporadic update approach. Just as the name implies, very sporadic. You can create emails to send to your subscribers anytime you like. There is no regular time schedule. There is no pre-scheduled email. At any time you feel you have any information, you just send to them. So the communication in this particular approach is not consistent. An example of this type of approach is adopted by Netflix. Anytime they release a new movie, they send you updates about the movie. But if you're a small business owner, you must be very serious with your communication. You should not go with the sporadic update approach, except if you are a company like Netflix and the rest. With these three methods, you can choose which one of them align with your company's goal and start to create your nurtured campaign. I would advise that, depending on your business goal and objective, you can go with the first one, the guided approach, or go with the second one. Sometimes you can combine both. So you have certain emails that you pre-schedule to just fly for a certain period of weeks. After then, you start sending weekly email, like I do in Leadpreneur Academy. So when a student applies to study with us, what they start to receive is a series of 7 emails that goes over the period of 3 weeks. That is the first approach. Then after that, they start to receive weekly emails every single week. But when it comes to the sporadic update, sometimes when we have an urgent information to communicate to the students or to our potential customers, we now tend to use the sporadic update style to send those emails. Now that you understand these particular approaches to create your email, how do you create an effective nurtured email that is well enhanced engagement, establish connection, and also lead to conversion? So let me walk you through 6 simple steps that you can follow to create a powerful nurtured email campaign. Number 1 is quality content. Ensure your emails are educative, engaging, and relevant to your audience. Don't send email that is not relevant to them, as that cannot be considered quality content. Number 2 is creative subject line. You need to create an intriguing subject line that will captivate your visitors into clicking and reading your emails. For what is good in an email that is not read? The headline will make them open the email so that they can get to read about what you have to say. The third thing is the use of automation tools. Without automation tools, there is no email marketing. So all you need to do is to employ email automation platform like Systemy.io, GetResponse, HubSpot for email management and automation. Step 4, you have to be consistent in sender's identity. When you are sending an email, if you send an email as the CEO of the company, you have to keep sending it as that. If you are sending an email with your full name, continue to send it with your full name. Your audience over time needs to be able to know you as though they have seen you. If you send an email today with a different name, tomorrow with a CEO, next tomorrow with the president name, it becomes as though it is a different person that is sending this email. Sender's identity is very, very important. And it must be somebody who is authoritative that will send such an email. So you must maintain a steady email address and sender's identity in terms of name and positions or title. Step number 5 is responsive email designs. Let your emails be user-friendly. Don't send email that is not readable or the design is not user-friendly, as people like to read email that they enjoy to see. Make sure your email is user-friendly and across board. Last but not the least, make sure your email is easy for your subscribers to unsubscribe. Yes, I know that we are looking for emails, but you know what? There is no need having somebody on your email list who no longer need your service or do not want the value you have to offer. If you keep them on your email list, they will not be opening your emails, and that will affect your email deliverability. As such, over time, you will discover that most of your emails are not being sent or are not being delivered to other subscribers who are very much interested in the service and value you have to offer. Now, following this guideline will help you to create the best nurtured email campaign ever. But one thing is missing: the platform. What platform should you use? What are the best and the top recommended platform? I have 7 on my list. I have 2 that are the best, and I have 1 that is free. Now the top of my list, without thinking about it, I don't even want to waste your time. The top on my list is Systemy.io. Very simple, straight to the point, user-friendly design. This is an email marketing system on autopilot. This platform is an all-in-one platform. You can use it for creating your courses, creating of landing pages, email automation, payment system, everything that a business needs to thrive online. That is what Systemy.io provides. So, and I recommend Systemy.io as a platform that every beginner can get on using. Even if you're an advanced user like me, you can still use it because I'm still using Systemy.io. The second on my list is GetResponse. Very intuitive design, beautiful style. When it comes to user friendliness, I give them very good rating as well. This platform offers a powerful marketing automation tool for drip campaigns, lead scoring, behavior-based automation. Not only that, GetResponse is also a conversion funnel builder, and that makes it suitable for lead generation. I recommend GetResponse highly. For these tools, I recommend link to the tools in the description below. Then other tools you can consider that does the same thing apart from my two most highly recommended tools, Systemy.io and GetResponse, are MailChimp, Constant Contact, Aweber, ConvertKit, Sendinblue, and the list goes on and on. Now, among the two tools that I recommend, Systemy.io and GetResponse, one of them is free from 0 to 2,000 subscribers, and that is Systemy.io. Everything is free, the automation, the course building, the landing pages, everything that you need to start your own business online if you are not already in business is all on the Systemy.io platform, and is also free. Use the link below, get it and launch your email campaigns with the platform. But if you're already using an email campaign and you want to switch and you don't want to use a free software like Systemy.io, then by all means go for GetResponse. So the next thing now is, if you are not yet subscribed, I urge you to subscribe and also like this video if you are getting value out of this video. Now, some of you might want to ask, how many emails should I send in order to get the best conversion? Yes, if you are like me, you must have heard that for every time you get a visitor, you need up to 7 contacts to create a good engagement that will lead to sales eventually. So from my explanation, you can get the clue. You need at least from 5 to 7 emails in your nurtured campaign. So let's assume that we are going with the rule of 7, just like I explained. So we need to have at least 7 contacts or 7 interactions between we, the business owners, our product, our service, our value, with the prospect, which is the visitor who opts in into our email list. So we need to create at least 7 different emails. The question is, how are we going to structure these emails? Are we going to keep sending them the same email every day, telling them to come and buy our products and services? No. What you must remember is that this is a nurture campaign. There is a difference between a nurture campaign and a sales campaign. A nurture campaign is to establish connection, build trust, and eventually lead to conversion. But a sales campaign goal is to make sales, is to convert them into sales immediately. So in order for us to create series of emails that nurtures them into eventually buying, here is the structure to follow to achieve the desired result. So the first thing that you should send, the first email you should create is a welcome email. An email that welcomes the subscriber, telling them, oh, you're welcome, thank you for subscribing, I'm going to be sending you a ton of value. You're going to set the expectation of what the emails he or she will be receiving subsequently. So basically, it's just an introduction. You don't need to sell, you don't need to tell them anything about your product, just introduce them and set the expectation of what they will receive from you subsequently. Then the next email is an educational or engagement email. This email typically will come a couple of days after the first email, usually 1 or 2 days. This particular email focuses on providing value to your subscribers, such as industry insights, benefits of achieving certain results, what to do about them, how to go about them, very educational content that is packed with value. And the goal of this particular email is to engage your audience by addressing common pain points or challenges they might be facing. This email helps to build trust and also establish your authority in the field or in the niche you are in. The third email should be product and service introduction. If your goal is to promote your product or your service, consider introducing it in a series of emails. In that series, you will explain how it addresses a problem or fulfills a need your subscribers might have. Highlight its benefits and unique features. You can spread the information over 1 or 2 emails depending on the complexity of your products and services. Now, after the third email, which is product and service introduction, the fourth email should be email that talks about testimonials, the kind of results that other people have been getting after using your products, as these will introduce some element of credibility and continue to cement the trust you have started building with your audience. So this testimonial can be a case study or a simple video by one of your customers, or even just a picture and reviews in whatever form, but just make sure you have testimonial in order to prove to your audience that what you are introducing them into works wonders. Then the fifth email should be an email with a call to action. Remember once more that this is a nurture campaign, not a sales campaign. In the nurture campaign, your goal is to connect with them and also build trust. So this call to action might not necessarily be a sales call. It might just be a call to action for them to join a free program, or to have a free trial, or for them to sign up for a webinar that you are hosting that is free, or a free discovery call where you get to understand them in a deeper level. The goal is to create this connection and build trust, because we will need this trust later. Then the last set of email that you can start sending will be an email that continues to remind your audience about the call to action that you've sent them before now. So let's say if the call to action was book for a free discovery call, or sign up for a free webinar, or sign up for a free trial, the next follow-up email will be about them, where you get to remind them of the benefit of booking a free call with you, or watching your free webinar, or trying your product. Now, if you have been able to follow all the steps that I've outlined from beginning of this video till now, you should be able to have one of the top, if not the best, of nurture campaign. Now, if you have been following me from the beginning of this video up till now, it simply means you are really into this. And if you can follow exactly what I've been outlining from beginning of the video up till now, let me tell you what will happen. Your nurture campaign should even start helping you to make sales. Even though the goal of the nurture campaign is not to make sale, is to establish trust, connection, and build relationship with the audience. Now, I would recommend you go read this book by Gary V, Jab 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 Hook, which simply stands for giving value. Then at the appointed time, you can now make the ask. And how do you make that ask? You make that ask through a sales campaign. Now, this is the final part of the video. Let me give you a bonus. If you're writing your email, it is very important you write email in such a way that it captivates your audience attention, like I said before now, and at the end of the email you are able to get the desired result, which is to establish trust, connection, and also engagement with your audience. I want to share with you a simple formula that can help you achieve that, and I've been using this formula for long. It is very effective. It's called the AIDA formula, AIDA, AIDA formula. So the AIDA formula, the A stands for attention, and the I stands for interest. Then the D stands for desire, and the A stands for action. So what is the point? The point is you have to create an email. Every one of your email must have these 4 points. One, the email must create and capture attention of your audience even before they get to read it, and you can get that done through the headlines of your email. 2, interest. Once you've captured their attention with your headline, you must continue to deliver value, and you make sure that your email contains solution to their pain point. that is the only way to capture their interest, because now you are speaking the language they understand, because they are having pain and your email is helping them move from pain into less pain and eventually into pleasure. The next point is the desire. Now you must be able to steer your audience desire using your unique selling point, such as the benefit of your product and the result it offers. At this point, you might want to even use some of your testimonials and other proof to show how effective your product is, and that will help steer the desire of your audience, since you've been able to steer their interest and they have been reading all along. Then finally, towards the end of your email, you should have a call to action where you tell them to sign up, book a discovery call, or join a particular group of yours, or even be part of your upcoming webinar. With this, you have cement all that it takes to build an effective email nurture campaign. Now, your nurture campaign is a critical step in your marketing funnel, because the nurture campaign is the foundation that leads to the sales, and that is the ultimate goal of any marketing funnel. The moment you nail your nurture campaign, the next thing becomes easy, which is the sales campaign. Now, sales campaign is where you pull the trigger on your audience. This is where you begin to make the ask and the call. After the jab, this is where the hook will come to play. This is where you begin to ask them to patronize you and ultimately help them solve the problem that you have discovered that they have. So how do we create a sales campaign so that we can leverage on our nurture campaign in order to 100x our revenue and profit? To do that, watch the next video, which is how to create an effective sales campaign, or click the link in the description and watch the video. Alright guys, thank you for liking the video and thank you for the subscription. See you in the next one.